Good afternoon, the State News. My name is David Ojo. Barely 4 days to the presidential and National Assembly election in Nigeria, Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke has assured residents of the state to go about their lawful businesses peacefully as he held security meetings with all service chiefs and the Governor's Office correspondent Abdurrahim Adiklekun reports.
The meeting, held behind closed doors with representatives of all security agencies including the Army, Nigerian Air Force, Nigerian Navy, the Police, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense, Nigerian Immigration, Customs, Federal Road Safety Corps, Nigerian Correctional Services, Department of State Security Services, the Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency, and Amotekun Corps. After the meeting, which lasted for hours, Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke said this month's meeting is strategic in view of the general election that is around the corner. Senator Adeleke said the meeting identified all flashpoints and mapped out relevant security strategies to combat any possible breakdown of law and order.
The spot that we're having problem, so they have to map so that we can have a very peaceful election. That's the purpose of today's meeting. Yes, of course, I'm always saying that everybody should go about their normal. Election is no war. Just go and vote your choice, and be peaceful.
He therefore called on the people of the state to come out en masse on the day of the election to exercise their franchise, saying that there will be adequate security before, during, and after the election. Also speaking with Osbc News, the Osun State Commissioner of Police, Mr. Kehinde Longe, said the command and all other security agencies are resolved to nip any crisis in the bud. He therefore called on residents of the state to be rest assured of adequate...
There's going to be a peaceful election, devoid of rancor violence. It's going to be a successful one, by His grace.
It has been Abdurrahim Adiklekun reporting.
In the meantime, Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke has directed the Asset Recovery and Inventory Committee to dig deep into circumstances surrounding state-owned helicopter allegedly parked at a private facility in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. The governor gave the directive while receiving the report of the committee at the ESCO Lounge of Governor's Office. Once again, Governor's Office correspondent Abdurrahim Adiklekun completes the story.
In the report, Chairman of the Asset Recovery and Inventory Committee, Dr. Bashiru Salami, said the governor, upon assumption of office in November 2022, gave some executive orders based on the discovery of some anomalies in the management of state assets by past administration. He said his committee interfaced with all ministries, departments, and agencies, as well as all local governments, whose accounting officers were asked to submit all movable and immovable assets which were defended before the committee. According to him, quite a lot of government assets, including 580 vehicles, landed properties, buildings, and so on, have been converted to private uses. Dr. Salami said the committee is confident that the recommendations will guide the state government in project monitoring and evaluation, and thanked the governor for the confidence reposed in them, and thereafter presented the 138-page hardcover-bound copies of the report to the governor.
In the course of our assignment, we saw that the past administration, most of the political functionaries took government property as personal. In a situation where you have about 580 cars out of the government, taken away by the past political functionaries, and you see some properties malhandled, you feel sorry for the state.
Responding, Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke said the report marked another milestone in the history of his administration. He commended the committee for doing a great job and promised that the government will study the recommendations and implement it in the best interest of the state.
They have done a human job, they have done a good job. We are going to make sure that all the recommendations will be utilized.
The deep into the issue of the state-owned helicopter, which was said to have been abandoned at a private facility in Port Harcourt, Rivers State.
We still have one asset that has not been recovered, our helicopter. to see what you can come up with the helicopter. Where is the state of the helicopter? It's better for us to buy a new one than to repair the parts. Whatever money that